Today did not arrive like a normal day. It didn't whisper, it didn't stumble, and it certainly didn't blend quietly into the noise of our endless scrolling. Today arrived like a pulse, steady, powerful, and impossible to ignore. And when the preview for the Jimin x Jungkook, Are You Sure? Season 2-inch photobook finally surfaced, the world didn't just react. It shifted. Something in the air thickened, softened, warmed. The moment the images appeared on our screens, it felt as though someone gently pressed a hand against our hearts and said, "Look closely, this matters." What unfolded in those frames was not the type of polished, sterile promotional material we've come to expect. It didn't carry the glossy distance of staged interactions or the artificial shine of scripted chemistry. Instead, it felt like someone had opened a window into a room we weren't meant to see, a room filled with familiarity, shared memories, and a softness that refuses to be hidden. The photobook preview didn't look like content created for us. It looked like a moment accidentally shared. Like catching the warm glow of a lamp through a cracked hallway door. Like stepping into a space where two people exist comfortably, naturally, instinctively. Season 2 radiates a warmth that feels lived in, like a place touched by the passing of two souls who know exactly how to breathe in the same rhythm. Each shot feels as though it's been shaped by something deeper than choreography, trust, quiet joy, and a connection stitched together over years of shared experiences. If Season 1 felt playful and fresh, then Season 2 feels grounded, like the story has matured, softened at the edges, and deepened at the center. When the photos dropped, the fandom didn't just scream, they stopped. In that collective pause, millions of hearts skipped the same beat. Yes, the images were beautiful. Yes, the lighting, the styling, the locations, all of it looked perfect. But none of that was what made the fandom fall apart. What shook everyone to the core was the sincerity, the rawness, the way their closeness didn't feel produced. It felt like truth captured on camera. It wasn't aesthetic. It was connection. One of the most tender sequences is when they hold cameras and film each other. It sounds simple. Nothing more than two people playing around with lenses, but the emotion breathing inside those moments is anything but simple. When Jimin looks at Jungkook through the viewfinder, something in his expression changes. His eyes soften in a way that isn't performative. There's a warmth there, a glimmer that belongs only to people who hold a special place in one's life. His smile curves gently, delicately. There's affection in every subtle movement of his face. He's not filming an idol or a partner in a photo shoot. He's documenting someone he cherishes. And Jungkook responds to that gaze with a shyness that feels incredibly genuine. The way his smile pulls at one corner of his mouth, the way he tries not to grin too widely, the way he instinctively looks down for a second, it's the kind of reaction that only appears when someone feels seen. Not in the way fans see him. Not in the way the world sees him. But in the way someone close sees him. Then comes the moment where the roles flip, and Jungkook lifts his camera toward Jimin. What happens in that instant is breathtakingly soft. Jungkook doesn't film Jimin like a coworker or a friend he's known for over a decade. He films him like someone capturing a memory he wants to keep. His expression loses its bravado and slips into something tender. His gaze quiets. The world around him fades. It becomes painfully clear that the only thing he's focused on is the person standing in front of him. This is why fans crown Jungkook the boyfriend material of all boyfriend materials, not because of how he looks, but because of how he looks at Jimin. There's a gentleness there that no script can imitate, a sincerity that can't be coached. And nothing demonstrates that better than the moment Jungkook casually feeds Jimin. It happens without hesitation, as if it's something they've done countless times long before cameras existed. The gesture is tender, intimate, instinctive. Jimin's reaction, wide eyes, soft laugh, a tiny moment of disbelief, is so unguarded that fans felt their souls leave their bodies. It's a moment that feels so real it almost hurts. Then came the chaos that will go down in fandom history, the neck-coded scenes of Season 2. Shot after shot, Jimin seems magnetically drawn toward Jungkook's neck. His face hovers dangerously close, sometimes teasing, sometimes affectionate, sometimes playful in a way that makes fans lose the ability to breathe properly. And the twist? Jungkook does it too. Their faces drift close enough that the space between them becomes electrified. Their noses almost touch. Their eyes lock with a familiarity that feels older than any project they've worked on. Fans scream the question that no one dared put into words at first. Are they about to kiss? But perhaps the more important truth was this. It looked natural. So natural it felt like part of a world they've shared for a long time. Their dynamic becomes even clearer when Jungkook slips into what fans lovingly call his wolf mode, that chaotic burst of energy where he runs, laughs, shouts, moves too much, too fast, too joyfully for his own good. And yet Jimin, soft and grounding as always, brings him back to equilibrium with nothing more than a gentle touch on the shoulder, a hand around his arm, or a warm, steady look. It's a contrast that has always existed between them. Jungkook the storm, Jimin the calm. One of the funniest yet most revealing scenes is when Jungkook imitates Jimin's poses. He mirrors him with almost ridiculous accuracy, from the tiny smile to the delicate hand gestures. It's playful, yes, but it also shows familiarity that only comes from paying attention. From years of observing each other in quiet moments. From knowing each other's rhythms instinctively. Another unforgettable scene is a quiet nighttime moment. No dramatic lighting, no bold colors, no grand expressions. Just the two of them sitting side by side, bathed in the softness of an ordinary evening. The silence between them is warm, comforting, full. It's not the tense silence of strangers, nor the awkward silence of people pretending to be close. It's the silence of people who don't need to speak to feel connected. And then came the moment that broke the internet, Jimin sitting on Jungkook's shoulders in the pool. It was so casual, so natural, so beautifully familiar that millions screamed instantly. Jimin climbs onto him with the ease of someone who has done it before. Jungkook holds him with a steadiness that feels practiced. There's trust there, physical, emotional, instinctive trust. It's playful yet intimate in a way that photographs can barely contain. Another gentle highlight is the forehead tap scene. Jimin taps Jungkook's forehead lightly, laughing with that bright, melodic sound fans adore. Jungkook instantly blushes, hiding behind his hand like he's trying to contain a burst of emotion. When he taps Jimin back, the playful warmth between them becomes even clearer. They lean into each other with the kind of ease that only exists between people who understand each other deeply. Each scene in Season 2 feels like a piece of a larger story. A story told not with grand gestures but with quiet moments, small touches, shared laughter, lingering glances. The photo book doesn't read like a photo shoot. It feels like a diary made of memories that slipped into view. A collection of moments stitched together by trust, familiarity, and something warm that glows quietly beneath the surface. Maybe that's why Season 2 feels so overwhelming. Because what we're seeing isn't performance, it's comfort. It's connection. It's something real, whatever real means for them. It's the kind of closeness that can't be faked, can't be forced, can't be produced. Season 2 is intimate. It is soft. It is bold. It is unexpectedly honest. And now one question lingers in the air, weightless yet electrifying. If this is only the beginning, are we truly ready for what comes next?